You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports 2 supporters, we're going to talk about the dumpster fire rolling down a hill on a tire fire known as the Chicago Bears. My goodness, what in the hell happens in Chicago? I literally just hit stop recording on 2 videos that I did about the political leadership in Chicago and the football organization in Chicago, known as the Bears, has as much drama and as much turmoil and as much chaos as it seems like the city does when it comes to their politics. Looking at you, Brandon Johnson. Looking at you, Lori Lightfoot. Looking at you, Prankster or whatever the hell that governor's name is. I just said on one of those videos, I don't give a rip if I pronounce it right or not. Pritzker. Yeah, that's his name. Don't wear it out. So, we had the Alan Williams drama that happened this week. Okay, by the way, Pat McAfee coming out and saying that he's got multiple sources that literally told him Alan Williams' home was raided by the FBI. All right, so we did a video on that. They have debunked the fact that Hallis Hall was raided. A lot of people have said, well, now he doesn't work for the Bears, so why talk about it? A former NFL coach, a lifelong NFL coach, potentially had his home raided by the FBI, and you don't want folks to talk about that? Oh, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. That's a story that's not going away and is now officially, until there's massive amounts of clarification, and there's rumors about drugs and all kinds of things going on involving Alan Williams. You're only 2 weeks into the season. So anyway, we got that. That's looming. That story's not going away. It's not happening. And then coming into the season, you already had a massive story. It was going to be a fixture, going to be zeroed in on, and that, of course, is Justin Fields, and he drowned his coaching staff. They're not using him right. Look, I'm just going to keep it real. The Chicago Bears got themselves a Trey Lance, is what's happening right now, okay? You've got yourself a bust. You know, there's statistics out there. Just go look at them. Through the same amount of games, that shows Mitch Trubisky was a considerably better quarterback than Justin Fields has been. I'm just putting that out there, you know. Gave up on him. Whether or not you gave up on him too soon, I don't know. Clearly, probably should have taken Bryce Young, you know. But look, this looks like a bad season. Maybe all this is trending towards drafting Caleb Williams, because at this point, you may be in a race with the Arizona Cardinals for worst team in the league, and at least they have shown some kind of a heartbeat on offense. I mean, I want you to think about that a minute. Joshua Dobbs is outplaying Justin Fields right now. All right, so let's look at this. Bears quarterback, this is NBC Sports Chicago, and then we got DJ Moore, a player I really like, who is basically agreeing with Justin Fields that the coaching staff is not using him as a wide receiver correctly. You know, I don't put a lot of this Justin Fields thing on the coaching staff because I don't think he can play. I don't know what they do. I really don't. If you're a Bears fan, I don't know what to tell you. This is bad. Justin Fields was open and honest Wednesday at Hallis Hall when asked about his early struggles and what happened in a 27-17 loss to the Buccaneers. Fields said he felt he played robotic versus the Bucs and wanted to get back to playing free and not thinking so much. You got to be able to operate and throw from the pocket, or you cannot long-term play in this league. I hear people bring up Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is a far superior pocket passer than Justin Fields is. All right? And I want you to think about that a minute. Cam Newton was a better pocket passer than Justin Fields. and he wasn't very good from the pocket at all. When asked why he felt he played robotic, Fields gave a detailed answer about how much information the coaching staff gives him and how it's slowing him down. Dude, you are like 30 games in. If you are not processing information you're fed from your coaching staff at this late point in the game, you probably are going to be a career backup or in the XF/USFL, whatever that's going to end up being. You could be coaching, I think. It could be coaching, I think. At the end of the day, they are doing their job when they are giving me what to look at, but at the end of the day, I can't be thinking about that when the game comes. Whew, okay. I prepare myself throughout the week, and then when the game comes on, it's time to play free at that point, thinking less and playing more. They're trying to give you an offensive blueprint and where to go with the ball, and they're trying to make your processing, they want it to slow down. That's why they're trying to help you. It sounds to me like he wants to play chaotic, and that's not going to work. I mean, even if you get to play that way, you're going to get hurt. So that's going to be a problem. After Wednesday's practice, Fields called the reporters over to his locker to clarify he wasn't blaming the Bears staff after drowning them. Okay. Quote, I'm not blaming anything on the coaches. I'm never going to blame anything on the coaches or my teammates. Whatever happens in the game, I will take everything. If it's a dropped pass, it should be a pass. It's on me. Put it on me. Never will you hear anything come out of my mouth to where I will blame it on someone else, this organization, my teammates. You will never hear that. I just wanted to clear that up. I need to play better. That's what I should have said in the first place. I was trying to give detail. I appreciate you all for what you do. Look, that's a very good response, and we hear you. My problem is, frankly, I just don't believe you. You probably were pissed, and a lot of times when people are mad, they give truthful answers when it flies out of your pie hole. In his earlier press conference, Field explained how the information overload has led him to not playing like himself. Field says he's a, quote, perfectionist, which has caused him to try and do things exactly how the staff wants it all done, playing how he played in the past. I'm going to tell you what's also happened out there, folks. And I sort of knew this because I've been watching from afar because we covered Trey Lance so much. There's a section of social media that has made it their life's goal to try to defend both Trey Lance and now Justin Fields. And I don't understand exactly why that's happening. I'm going to tell you what I think is part of the problem. It's evaluation of quarterbacks. I think you need to be doing a lot more evaluation the way Bill Parcells used to. In other words, I need a quarterback that played 30 games. That quarterback needs to have won 24 of them in college or 23 of them. He needs to have had a certain completion percentage. And this is all the things you take into account before you even think about drafting the guy. Okay, I think you're seeing that's why Brock Purdy is hit, and that's why somebody like Aiden O'Connell with the Raiders looks like a future starter. And the other thing would be I would quit drafting Ohio State quarterbacks. And I might even consider not drafting quarterbacks out of massive Power 5 schools. In other words, Brock Purdy, Iowa State, which means, look, he was always playing with not the best talent. Ohio State's always going to have all-world wide receivers, which means these quarterbacks are throwing to guys that are wide-ass open in college. Brock Purdy wasn't getting to do that in college. Aiden O'Connell, Purdue, wasn't getting to do that. Josh Allen in Wyoming, good school, but not a great school. And he wasn't playing with all-world players, even though he had a couple of good players on that team, actually. And, for example, Miami of Ohio, Ben Roethlisberger, a much smaller school. I mean, Ben's going to the Hall of Fame. That's the point. You know, some of these programs with all-world talent, that's not going to transfer for these quarterbacks because everybody they've been throwing to is open in college because they're playing with guys that are going to be number one draft picks. You know? And so DJ Moore, a guy I really like, by the way, I was very critical of the Panthers actually including him in that trade because I think Bryce Young, well, could use a DJ Moore. But he seemed to drown the coaching staff too. And it was caught on a hot mic right here.
And I miss tackling you, go Gadget. They ain't using you right. What's up, baby?
Okay, so in case you didn't pick that up, and that's Ari Mevroff. He's a good follow, by the way, on the X. Devin White of the Bucks to DJ Moore of the Bears. They ain't using you right. Moore literally says, oh, tell me about it. White and Moore were in the same division for 4 years. Yikes. Yikes. To the point that he has now had to come out and issue a an apology. Quote, I love how the Bears are using me, Moore said through Benjamin Solak of The Ringer. I love being here. I'm confident in our offense. Just wondering, did Justin Fields and DJ Moore have the same agent that told them, you guys have got to walk these comments back? Because Justin Fields' comments felt very, his rebuttal felt very coached, in my opinion. I mean, Ryan Poles, the general manager, has had to come out and basically issue, I can't be more clear about this. No one in our building sees Justin as a finger pointer at all. I think you saw Fields' passion and reaction. He's such a guy of high character and is so passionate, and he wants to win as much as anybody in the building. Quit popping up, heavy.com. But it's more important for him to be a man of character. Wow. The GM also addressed life issues during his press conference, which could have been related to the abrupt resignation of Alan Williams. We have adversity right now. Slow start, 0-2, not where we want to be. Dealt with life issues, dealt with injuries. It's all real. The dumpster fire is real in Chicago. It is a mess. Bears fans, I feel bad for you. You're 2 games in. It is a disaster. It's more of a disaster than anybody could have ever foreseen. You know, I'm going to just come out and say it. I think Justin Fields is a bust. I think he's a miss. Just like I thought from the very beginning that Trey Lance should have never gotten drafted. 2 months before he was even drafted, I was like, this is not the guy. What are you doing? But even I can say Justin Fields. I was higher on Justin Fields than I was Trey Lance because at least Justin Fields played a lot of college games, even though, again, I don't like the fact that he had so much talent around him, and I think that was an issue with Dwayne Haskins, rest in peace, and Cardell Jones at one time out of Ohio State. C.J. Stroud looks pretty good, though. But he was much more of a pocket passer from the get-go. And even that, I think the jury will be out for 3 years on C.J. Stroud before we find out how well that goes. You got your quarterback and your wide receiver having to back off of statements that sound like they drowned their coaching staff. Holy hell. It's unbelievable. Tell me what you think, Black and White Sports 2 supporters. The Chicago Bears. Are you a Bears fan? Yikes. Are you ready to skip Sundays already? Bears fans are very passionate. Some of the best fans in all of sports. They will go down with this team. I mean, you know, that's how it's supposed to be. Go down with your team, as hard as it may be. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.